The situation was already dire when you woke up from the nightmare, because the sandwalker you were riding on was under attack by the Dimps. As you searched the deck for your lost companion, Pan, you wondered to yourself as to why you cared so much about him. Regardless, the two of you were headed towards the same destination. As a rune hunter, your interest was upon Bellatus, for the large amount of runes and essences that are supposedly located there, while Pan was interested in finding any clues about regaining his memories amongst the well-informed rune hunters. Most people on the Sandwalker died. You were unable to do anything for the crew member Angus, who was worried for you even as he was dying. Pan had left for Mallow Front, which is said to be located east of the Wastelands. As you defeat the Dimps on the way, you hope that Pan is safe. Pan arrived at Mallow Front, the camp of the guards that protected the Aphros Wasteland. By defeating Dimp warrior Soak on your way here, you are now forced to help fight the Wasteland bandits. The Dimps were contending with the Wasteland bandits for Mallow Front, but that balance was destroyed when you killed Soak. You obtained information about the Wasteland bandits conducting secret trades and headed to Sunrise Hill. There you found the leader of the Wasteland bandits, Morris, and a bishop wearing some unusual attire. You were in... The commotion from the Dimps got worse, and the supply of Sandwalkers was about to be cut off. Guard Captain Poshi called you to solve this issue, and said that if you defeat Pakuso, the chief of the Dimps, you would get a lifetime pass for Sandwalkers. You gladly accepted Poshi's proposal, but after thinking about it, you realized that the only time you would need to get on a Sandwalker would be when crossing the Aphros Wasteland, and you felt like you were tricked. You didn't find anything at the Ruins Cave, where you went to look for Pakuso, but on your way to the Cave of Echoes, you met Pan. He was supposed to be resting at the village, but he was here because of a scout that was scared of searching for Pakuso alone. You took Pan and the scout to Mallow Front, and were scolded by Poshi. You understood Pan's kindness, but also hope that he wouldn't get involved in dangerous situations like these. Once you returned after defeating Pakuso, Deputy Captain Lance told you about the investigation of the bishop from before. The bishop was a follower of the pagan group Radonimo, who wished for the return of the evil god who fought against the 12 primal beings of Trom mythology, and they were planning on conquering Calicorda, which stands at the borders of the Aphros Wasteland. Poshi asked you to go to Calicorda through the secret passage and to deliver the plans of the pagans. Since you have to travel to Calicorda in order to make it to Bellatus, you accept the request and got on the ferry of the secret passage.
Thanks to your efforts against the Wasteland bandits and the Dimps, Aphros Wastelands will remain safe for now. And the Sandwalkers will return to service soon as well. The waterway to Calicorda from Mallow Front was extremely long, and the air felt eerie throughout the entire trip due to all the corpses that were littered across the empty lots of the waterway. Calicorda is the bastion at the border between Aphros Wastelands and Bellatus, and every rune hunter heading to Bellatus has to go through it. Your true adventure as a rune hunter starts here.
As you arrived at Calicorda, the guards were suspicious of you and tied you up. You told Aphros Knight, Captain Kristen, about the pagans to clear up the misunderstanding, but he refuted your report, saying it was absurd. You helped the Aphros guards who were having a hard time because of the plundering of the Wasteland bandits. As you saw the bravery displayed by Guard Squad leader Tider under harsh conditions, you thought about how it must be a tough job to do without great love for one's nation. Blaffa, who had gone out to scout and had not returned home for a month, was found dead. Blaffa's younger sister, Lily, heard of her brother's death and seemed confused at first, but soon started crying her heart out. The only thing you could do for her was to be by her side until she stopped crying. Trader Ilaf lost everything because of predator desert punks of the wasteland. Fate did not take into consideration the good deeds he had done for the Aphros guards. With this incident, you realized how good and evil are meaningless in the wasteland, and survival is the true value of this place. You wandered around looking for the artifacts of the Traya kingdom that were supposedly buried somewhere in the ruins cave, but you couldn't find them. You did find a chest with ancient text engraved, but that chest was heavy, not because of artifacts, but because of creatures that were asleep within. All the rune hunters of the world are interested in Bellatus. Rune hunter Winsell, who you met near the oasis, was also heading to Bellatus. According to him, there's something other than runes and essences there that also holds incredible power. After hearing that, you couldn't help but feel thrilling excitement coursing through your body.
Ten years ago, the nation of Traya formed the Trom Alliance of 11 nations with the goal of launching an expedition towards Bellatus. The alliance managed to conquer half of Bellatus in just 10 days, but a war broke out amongst the member nations of the alliance over the spoils of the expedition. The other 10 nations claimed Traya was responsible for starting this war by creating the alliance, and demanded compensations for the damages they've received. And the nation of Aphros claimed the wastelands that belonged to Traya as a part of the peace agreement. Mastering the power of runes is one of the few methods of approaching the primal divinities. According to the research that has been conducted for around 200 years, rune users have experienced an ascendance in power after being called on by the 12 primal beings as they reached a certain level of mastery. This particular phenomenon was named Zodiac, while those pursuing the mastery of runes were named Zodiac Walkers. And upon mastering their path, they were named Zodiac Masters. Runes and essences are ancient artifacts that are mainly found around Traya. In the past, they were only valued for their rarity and beautiful aesthetics, as no one knew about their true uses. However, studies based on ancient records revealed that the runes hold powers of the ancient gods, and soon enough, the people of Traya created a device called a runecast to utilize these runes in combat. The people of Trom regarded Bellatus as the cursed lands for a very long time. The main reason behind this belief was due to the strange and unconfirmed stories from Bellatus that scared the people of Trom. These stories usually spoke of people coming back from the dead in Bellatus. And sometimes there are stories that link serpents, the 13th primal being, the evil god, as well. This is mainly suspected to be due to the teachings of the Redonimo pagans.
Lewin is lost. Seeing how many hours have passed, I figured that to be the case. He always has been directionally challenged. I told him to leave with me, but he insisted on being stubborn. He's making me do double the work. Him and his stupid pride. I guess it's a good thing nothing worse happened. To be honest, I was getting a bit worried. Anyway, thank you, Rune Hunter.
Hey, you! Rune Hunter! Can you help me out? I hurt my back while fighting with the Terror. Of all places, it just had to be my back. The pain is just getting stronger, and there's nothing I can do about it by myself. I have the medicine here. Just think of it as a good deed for the day and help me out. Please! My back feels like it's burning! I can finally relax. If you hadn't come along, I would have been suffering alone. I know it's a bit sudden, but back when you were helping me, I had a realization that someone that I could trust my back to is called a friend. When I think about it, while coming this far, I don't think I've ever been someone who could trust or be trusted by anyone. I'm not sure if any of that makes any sense, but anyway, I said it because I wanted to express my feelings. Do not misunderstand. Thanks to you, I was able to survive. I hope that I can help you in the future, something like that.